Are you like me? Do you feel constantly disoriented or upset over the fact that you feel constantly lied to by politicians about foreign aid, about inflation, about the size of the bag of chips? Have they been shrinking? Is it corporate greed, or is it just politicians' unbridled spending? You feel like you've had a breach of trust. You just can't trust these people anymore. A little bit of cognitive dissonance. You discover you've been lied to and over again. It can create this cognitive dissonance, a state of mental discomfort of holding conflicting beliefs and attitudes. Your brain will struggle with it to reconcile the truth of deception, leading to feelings of confusion or discomfort. There's an incredible emotional impact that every time you see something bad in the world or bad at home, and then you see our foreign leaders, I'm going to call them foreign leaders, throw another $100 billion foreign aid package while Americans are struggling. You feel like you're constantly being gaslit over and over again. Hey, we're doing everything we can. It's these damn Republicans. It's these damn Democrats. They're stopping us from doing the thing that we're doing together. You feel very vulnerable because it's like, what am I going to do? Vote these people out? Well, I voted the person that voted on this foreign aid package, but I'm not going to vote for the other party because, dear God, I can't do that. Maybe it feels like it just complete loss of control. See, maybe you're like me, and you woke up this morning seeing that consumer price index rose 0.3%, continuing to rise in inflation. Now, what is the deal with inflation? Because I just can't put my finger on it. As Mitt Romney says, and I quote, this is the most incredible quote that I've seen in my entire effing life.
The vote we will soon take to provide military weapons for Ukraine is the most important vote we will ever take as United States senators. The vote we will soon take to...
What? This vote is the most important vote we will ever take as United States citizens. What? Am I losing my mind? What is actually happening here? God. These people do not care about you. They don't care about the border. They don't care about inflation, because we have to shove another $100 billion foreign aid package to Ukraine, Israel, and people abroad. Because why fix what's going on in our inner cities when we need to continually pay the Ukrainian officials their retirement package? As Joe Biden said this during the Super Bowl, I still can't believe this is a real video, by the way.
No, when buying snacks for the game, you might have noticed one thing. Sports drinks bottles are smaller. Fewer chips, but they're still charging it just as much. And as an ice cream lover, what makes me the most angry is that ice cream cartons...
It's almost like if these snacks actually, force consumers to pay the actual price of what they're paying, it would be a lot more. JD Vance said this, which I think is just fantastic. It's wonderful to actually have this white supremacist on people's side. He's not a white supremacist.
The debate and why. I don't know why. I think maybe the reason why we are pushing this so quickly is because a few of my colleagues are desperate. They are desperate to get to Munich next weekend and tell the leaders of the world that, yes, they did not secure their own southern border, but they did the most important thing. They got the $61 billion to Ukraine. It's shameful. It is shameful to conduct foreign policy through blank check writing to never-ending war, and it is extra shameful to do it while ignoring the problems of your own country. The debate.
Imagine that. Imagine ignoring the only... I think you and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, you've gotten to the point where you start to feel this way. You feel like these politicians are not on your side. They're on the side of themselves, of making themselves look popular. I don't know, for their vacation destination in the Ukraine. I have no idea. See, Senate passes the controversial foreign aid bill sending billions to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Controversial to who? Not to Fox News. not to these other Republicans. You know who it's controversial to? You and me. Because you and me deal with what happens on the streets. We deal with what goes on in the inner cities. We have to live in these environments. And you know who doesn't affect as much? The rich, because they're living in their lavish lives. If you listen to rich podcasters only, they will tell you that everything's fine. It's great. It's a great economy. Things are going great. Yeah, for you. Those of us that are paying rent, living in our one-bedroom apartments, struggling to pay for groceries and stuff like that, are struggling. And then we are like, hey, we need help. And the rich are like, everything's fine. Shut your mouth. But here's some of the Republicans that voted for the foreign aid. John Bozeman, Shelley Moore, Capito, Bill Cassidy, Susan Collins, John Cornyn, Kevin Craner, Mike Crap, John Ernest, Chuck Grassley, John Hooven, John Kennedy, Mitch McConnell, what? Not can't be Mitch McConnell. Jerry Moran, Lisa Murkowski, James Risch, Mitt Romney, Mike Rounds, Dan Sullivan, John Thune, Tom Tillis, Roger Wicker, Todd Young. Vote them out now. Sometimes I just forget that this war is even happening. But yet we need to send another $100 billion there. They need to have it. Because if they don't, how are you and I going to pay for this war? Oh, we're paying for it through this. I think there are genuinely people out there in the world that think that you aren't paying for anything. Well, the government can handle it. The government can do this. Again, it gets to the point where you're like, yeah, maybe the inner cities can be cleaned up. Maybe the homeless problem can be fixed. If we weren't sending $100 billion, $958 billion foreign aid to some of these countries, we could probably actually just fix the inner cities. And then you just start to scream out for more government overreach, which is the dumbest solution in the whole world. If you think the government is going to solve your problem while you hate what's going on in the government, you might be one of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. But there are actually people out there. There are. Hey, the government should be doing better. The government doesn't care about you. Their job isn't to make your life better. Their job is for you to get angry at the other side, point your finger and say, look at what the other side is doing. They're doing this to me. And that's all they want to do. Haven't you noticed? Haven't you paid attention for long enough to realize that this is just a game to them? Your life, your livelihood is just for funsies. It's just, yeah, I'm doing everything I can to make your life better. But also, if we don't give Israel this huge foreign package deal, they're not going to be able to continue to just demolish Gaza. Like, what? They're doing just fine. Why do we need to help them? Oh, because we have to help our allies. Even if they don't need our help? Yeah. Because in America, we care about no one. This is a perfect example of who Joe Biden cares about the most. And all our politicians. Don't get it twisted. Republicans as well. You would never get this picture with him and me. You would get this picture with only somebody they want to own. Have a great day. And remember, the American government is here to help. God. Please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know about this show. Hopefully, we will continue to grow and become the greatest force to ever face this earth. Have a wonderful day. Kisses.